Hey, welcome back. I still haven't figured out the introduction thing. I'm just going to get straight into it today. I am repotting some plants. I'm going to do my Anthurium Warocqueanum, my Anthurium magnificum verde, and I'm hoping to do my philodendron burley marks, the variegated, or half variegated, half revered. I say hoping to because I know. I'll tell you when I get to it. But we're definitely going to do the Anthurium verde and the Anthurium Warocqueanum. So the soil mix that I have, it's not even a soil mix. I can't call it a soil mix. It is a substrate mix because there is like zero soil in it. There's a little bit of soil. There is. It's basically none. This is the mix. The soil that was in there is from a previous mix that I'd made. And I haven't added any more. It's probably literally 3% soil. The rest of it in there is some pon that I got from Soil Ninja, some pumice, some coconut terrain, some leca, some orchid bark, and that might actually be it. So it's kind of like a semi-hydro mix. I never thought I would go semi-hydro, or any of that because I like soil, but I seem to be moving that way. So I'm going with it. I'm going to pop the Anthurium verdes there. I'm going to do the Anthurium Warocqueanum. I've been testing out these black fly fungus gnat traps because they're so much prettier than the yellow ones. Because let's face it, the yellow ones are gross. They're so ugly. And that one doesn't have any fungus gnats on it, but there's one up on my shelf that does. So it does still work. Whether it works as well as the yellow one, I don't know. I'm not really sure how I can test that thoroughly, but I prefer it aesthetically. So this is my Anthurium Warocqueanum. It's in a weird chunky soil mix with moss, and it did have some diatomaceous earth on the top of the soil because it did have fungus gnats. And I also want to chop off these stems, but I don't have my gardening scissors, so I'm going to get them real quick. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my gardening scissors. These are from IKEA and they work really well. So yeah, this plant it was imported, when did I get it? April maybe, it's now July. It had the biggest chunk at the bottom of it, like this leaf was attached to a bit at the top. And initially I put the whole thing into a similar mix to this, kind of quite a moss heavy substrate, and the big chunk at the bottom, a lot of the roots kind of died off, which is really common with imports. I wasn't worried about it, but I was looking at it and I was like, there are no roots on this chunk, and there are some roots at the top attached to this section that you'll see in a minute. And so I cut it, chopped off the chunk, and the chunk is now currently, I'm kind of scraped away some of the layers to try and find if there were any growth points on there, because it didn't look like it had any. It looked like it'd been used as a mother plant, but I did find 3 growth points. So I kind of chopped off the bit that had no growth points on it, and I put that chunk into the grow tent, in the shop's grow tent, and currently it has rooted a little bit, and it has got one growth point that's got a good bit of growth on it, and the other one that has activated but isn't doing too much since. So I'm excited to possibly grow a queen anthurium from a chunk, but I'm also really happy that this one rooted, because I was worried for a little bit, but I can see, I don't know if you can see, but there's lots of roots in here. So I want to pot it up into a sexy no drainage vessel, and that's what I'm going to do today. So, okay, it does make me a little bit nervous. Like, this is a plant, like, I'm really confident in my repotting abilities, but this is a plant that I wanted for such a long time, and I really don't want it to die. So, even though I trust myself, I can repot plants, there's a tiny little bit of me that's nervous about this one. So I'm going to put it into this no drainage vessel, which for some reason looks a little bit dusty. Might give it a quick clean before I pot it. I will give it a quick clean. So I want the best for my queen. I hate these labels. You know, those ones that just come off in like one swift swoop. Love those. These suck. I'm gonna try and get that. Right, okay. I'm gonna clean this, I'll be back. Clean vessel. Okay, let's go. Right. I've got a mat over here to catch my current substrate. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, yep. Sorry, I should have thought about the angle of the camera. Oh, and the light is changing outside. I know that my camera will not naturally just automatically adjust to that, so I'm sorry if it's blown out or anything. I'm just trying to get off the majority of the moss. Like, I don't mind a bit of moss stain on the roots, I'm really not that fussed about it. But if I can get it off, I would like to. It's coming off quite easily. There's not, these are still quite, they're like primary roots. They're not the little secondary roots that rip a bit easier with moss. And also Anthurium roots are usually quite easy to separate from moss. Now I could go one step further and actually wash this, but I'm way too lazy for that. I'm not going to do that. Okay. I'm really, really happy with this root growth. I was so worried. There was a period of time where I was like checking it every single day because I couldn't see any roots forming. But there is also, let me chop these bits off. They don't seem to be. So basically these things that I'm chopping off right now are from some of the other leaves that were there when it got imported, but they very quickly dried off, which is absolutely fine. I think you can totally expect to lose roots and leaves when you import, but this is a new growth point, and I mean, I've probably completely disrupted it. It has been changing. Like every day I've checked on it and it has slightly changed. So we could be getting a new leaf soon, although, as I said, I have definitely just disturbed it, so it may just pause for a little bit, which is fine. I don't mind if it pauses as long as it bounces back. But okay, so I'm happy with that in there. I've got some black coloured lacquer to put at the bottom to be my like reservoir section. I just thought it would look, again, it's purely for the aesthetics. I just thought it would look nice. I'm going to pour this in, but I will mute or skip it because it's probably going to sound horrible. I don't know where to put. Can I hook you on there? Ooh. Where to put you now? I'm going to put you down here. Okay, here goes. I don't think that sounded too bad. Maybe I won't mute it. I don't know. Put a little more in. So my aim is to have like a section at the bottom where the water will sit. And I'm not going to put the roots in there. Oh, if I have to get up and down water, I don't know, it probably isn't coming off on camera, but this gap that I'm sat in is actually quite small and it's not the easiest to get up and down from. So I bought some great white mycorrhizal inoculum. I'm definitely not saying that right, but here it is. I was definitely influenced by Alice from You Don't Even Grow Here. I'm excited because she's had some amazing growth. It says everything that's in it. I'm not like this is so new to me. I'm not gonna even attempt to talk about it, but I'm just. So there's application methods. There's transplanting, hydroponic application, and soil and potted plants. I guess this is transplanting, and it says lightly dust soil and place plant directly on top. And it is for hydroponics. It can be used. Solution rate. So should I pour it in or should I sprinkle? I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit onto the substrate before I put. Right. Okay. So I've got. My brain just doesn't. I've got my water reservoir layer, and I'm going to put in like a layer of my actual substrate, which I hope you can hear me talking. Right, like I knew, like when I bought this black lake, I was like, oh my god, plants look so pretty, and that would be nice as a base layer. But I knew that the mix would like slip down and it wouldn't look as perfectly as I wanted to in my mind. That's okay. I'm already over it. Oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of this. It smells like you know multivitamins. That smell smells like that. I guess it's like multivitamins for your plant. Apparently you can't overdose on this, supposedly. But we'll see. So I'm hoping maybe with that, the transplanting of this plant won't be so like challenging for it. And with that, I don't actually think that's going to sit low enough. Is that going to be okay? I don't know if that's going to be okay. Let's just see. Okay, how do I really hope I'm not messing up like the mic by doing this in this really like cat-handed way. Ooh. So so normally I do pot in a like soil substrate mix, but I've just noticed my substrate mix has been getting more and more chunky and less soily, and with that I've been enjoying the look of it. I've been enjoying the way my plants are growing in it, and I just thought, why not add more soil into this mix. I'm really enjoying potting in no drainage. I'm just testing it out. And apparently I'm testing it out on YouTube. So if things go wrong, you will be the first to see. I'm just using this little doodad to move my substrate around the roots so there's no like big gaps. Like normally if I was potting in like say a pot like this, which now looks really gross, like a plastic pot, you can squeeze it to kind of shuffle the substrate around. But when you're potting in a no drainage vessel, you're not able to squeeze things to shuffle it around. So that's what I'm doing here. Take you out. Okay. I want it to, so it's kind of slightly leaning, which is fine. I know it's going to. I'm going to add a little bit more kind of chunky stuff on this side to hopefully offer like a little bit more support to hold it up. Sorry, that probably sounds horrible, doesn't it? Okay. Nice. Have I got... Got my little squeezy bottle. This is just water in here, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's just water. So I'm now going to just water. This one. I'm probably going to need, there's not going to be enough water in here to actually water it properly. At least I can get some of the substrate wet. At least. And so with the water reservoir at the bottom, like I know I'm really new to this, but I also know that people do worry about like what happens when roots grow into it and if they end up just sat in water, but those roots that grow into it will kind of be like water roots. They'll be used to that environment. It's not like you're putting soil roots straight into water, because that could lead to rot, but if the root is growing into that environment, it will grow to the environment, I guess. Like, because water roots and soil roots are very different. So you can probably, hopefully, kind of see that there's some water sat down there. It's a bit murky, which that is to be expected. It is travelling through lots of stuff. I don't mind that. That's fine. I think that looks so pretty. Yeah, okay, I hope she settles in. Obviously I'll keep you up to date on how she settles into there. Hopefully that growth point hasn't been disrupted too much. Pot one done. Plant one done. I'm also very aware that she's going to need to be on a platform, because when I put her down, that leaf's gonna dangle low. Okay, next plant. So this is my Anthurium magnificum verde. When it came to us, so this is one from the shop that I've now purchased, I'm keeping. It had really green leaves. Hopefully, if I can, I will throw up a photo here of what the original leaves from the import look like, because they didn't look like this. This one's looking quite neon. I think it probably is dying off. And this one has only recently hardened off. Again, I'll show you a picture of, so when these leaves come out, they're bright red. But again, I'll show you a picture here of this leaf. And the bright red is the reason why I'm keeping it. But yeah, I don't know why they don't harden off to what the original leaves look like. I don't know if that's like environment or light. Again, this one has been sat in the shop's grow tent, so I mean, it's doing something here. Whether that's a new leaf, I think it should be a new leaf, but it's been sat like that for a little while, so I think it's probably, maybe it's a bit of shock because I've taken it out of a grow tent and now it's just sat on a shelf. But it'll be interesting to see if the new leaves that come out in this environment, whether they're similar to the original ones that got imported with. I don't know. Either way, I love it. I love Anthurium, like velvet leafed Anthurium, my favourite. Let's get going. I'm going to take this substrate out because this substrate looks gross. And I think that's because, again, like the queen, I'd put some diatomaceous earth on the top to prevent like fungus gnats getting in or out, and then watering it, the diatomaceous earth all kind of like slips down through the soil and just makes it look a bit grey and murky. Okay, this is that's a difficult root ball. Okay. Just give me a minute. So I'm trying to get rid of, oh, I didn't really show you the stump that the queen was left with, sorry. I'm trying to get rid of the majority of the soil here because it is going into a kind of soilless, pretty much, substrate. It would be nice to get it mostly soil free. But again, I'm not going to wash the roots, so it's not going to be completely soil free. And it's probably going to go through some transplant shock, but hopefully the great white will help. There it is. Look. Can you see the chunk in the middle there? I don't know why I've left that on, but I'm not about to remove it. There are roots growing out of it, so that's fine. Yeah. I don't know if the... Oh, it might fit. I was gonna say, I don't know if the glass vessel I've got will actually fit this root system in. I guess we will find out. Oh, it's definitely going to go into some shock now. Right, okay. So this is the vessel I was going to put it in, does it? Like, I know it's a bit narrower, but it's slightly taller than the other one. Oh yeah, that fits, and it'll fit with the lacquer drainage, not drainage, reservoir layer. Okay. Okay. Right. Just gonna pour these in. Sorry, that was clanky as heck. Okay. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Weird drainage substrate layer. Sorry, that was a bit clunky, wasn't it? Okay, let's get some great white in there. Should I show you? I'm so sorry if you can't see, but that's kind of the amount I put. Right, okay. Let's get you in here. Oh, hang on. Ooh. A part of me loves repotting plants, and another part of me, like, it just causes me so much stress. Okay, that's what we're going with. Again, sorry about the mic if it's not a great... How am I gonna make a YouTube channel if I can't find words? I'm sorry if the audio isn't great when I'm scooping it up because I'm crossing my arms and the mic is sat right here. Right. Bit of ASMR. If you like that kind of thing. Oh, that's a railway big chunk. Get some more of it down there. Okay, so it didn't happen that much with my queen, but look, this is what I mean by like the kind of air pockets. I hope you can see kind of through it, and that's why I have this. So when you're potting with like a plastic pot, you can easily squidge it and knock the substrate down. But when you have a a non-plastic pot, that's like impossible. Which was one of the reasons why I never like potted in no drainage before, because I hated the idea that I couldn't like guarantee as much as I could with a plastic pot that there were no no air pockets, there were no kind of exposed roots inside. Cause I know some people pot like directly into kind of decorative pots. I have never liked the idea of that, but I absolutely adore the look of like a glass vessel for potting plants in. So that's why I've kind of found my way around that problem. Struggling a little bit. It's a bigger kind of root. Struggling to. Might fast forward this bit. We might be here for a little while. Getting there. I just don't want to leave that big. There's like a big kind of pocket there. Oh, if this doesn't cause the root stress, I don't know what will. It's causing me stress. Right, I need, there's still such a big gap here. Definitely need some smaller substrate in that little there gap. Can you hear that wind? You might not be able to. I guess that's the whole point of me getting a mic. But there is some gusty wind out there today. Ooh. Right, okay. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Really quite hard. Oh, but it looks sexy. Nice. Oh yeah. That looks really, really, really nice. God, I just love the look of it. I love being able to see the substrate. I really, really do. Okay, so that's that one done. Can't really leave it there. I wonder how long I've been filming for. I have not got a clue. Now my hesitation with this one is I know, so this one was, this leaf here was the original leaf. It was basically like a stem cutting with this leaf on it. And I know when I rooted that stem cutting, it was in moss. And I know that I waited far too long to pot it into the next substrate after. And therefore I left the moss ball, the like rooted moss ball on there and then just potted around it. So I know even though this is desperately desperate for a repot, I mean, I might, oh God, it's like I might even, because the thing is that half of it's reverted and half of it's not, so like I've been wanting to kind of separate it, but it all comes off of one stem, so I'm going to be cutting off a section of it anyway. Obviously the green side's taking over, because do you know what, I'm not going to repot this. I think I'm just going to cut off like the main bulk of the variegated stem and the main bulk of the reverted stem, and then pot them up separately and kind of be done with the, I guess, main root ball. And I'm not going to do that now. Maybe that will be another video. We will see. Okay. So I don't know how long this video is. I thought it was going to be longer than it is because I've only done 2 plants. Done my queen. Should be this way like that. I've done my queen, my Anthurium Warocqueanum and my Anthurium magnificum verde. And I think they both look gorgeous. I will obviously keep you updated. You'll probably be more updated on Instagram than you, like, or sooner. You'll be updated sooner on Instagram than you will be on YouTube, I imagine. But yeah, I'm very happy. Thank you for joining me with this video. Thank you for watching to the end. If you could do all the things like and subscribe, apparently that's really helpful for the channel. If you like repotting videos, do give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye! The mess, the chaos that's been left behind after that video. I just thought I'd show you the Warocqueanum and the Verde where they live. So here she is. Thankfully her leaf kind of dangles without hitting the glass, so that's quite nice. I need to really clean. The plum crazy just molts everywhere. And then the Verde is over here in this corner, looking sexy in its no drainage vessel. Yeah, that's where they both go. Again, thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video. Bye!